Hello, everybody, and welcome to the City of Archives. This is the fourth scenario, and we are all Yithians. You wake up after Alejandro betrays you, and you wake up as a Yithian. So Yithians have an ability of each of your ally assets gains the Yithian trait, and then after you commit a skill test to a test you're performing, commit a card to a skill test, you double the amount of icons on that card. So I'm going to just say my time through as Silas was fantastic.
I'll just buy this scenario you carry right now.
I have never once survived this scenario.
Yeah, your decks aren't built for it.
Every time we play it, it's like, oh, you're gonna have to have 10 cards in your hand or whatever. Yeah. And Travis is like, what if you just died?
Yeah. I think
I know.
And that's like actually
I don't
a way
think you
out.
necessarily like playing green decks, but I think you like having things.
I like playing with assets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so you survived the first time, but not the second time, right? Because only I survived the second time. Yeah. Because like I was the one who I made it through this both times, and I guess it's just kind of like I don't play a lot of assets. That's the. Mm-hmm. So I think this one. Let's talk about the theme. Already, like this is really helps that there's this character card that you become. That's really you just
this
like.
Would make a better
Yithian.
colorless character than Lola Hayes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
What do you guys think of the theme? I'll let you guys start.
Lola through this and you get turned into.
I'd give this one a 4, maybe a 4.5.
I was gonna say 4.5.
Yeah.
I take the half mark off because I'm not excited about it. If you tell me like, hey, you want to go bum around the City of Archives as Yithian, I'm like, not really.
Yeah.
That sounds worse than being a human.
Yeah.
But
Well,
actually playing it is like is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to be Yithian, and then like you get to go to all the cool places from the old ARKHAM games. Like you get to visit the halls of Noctis, and like there's like the great library, and you got the laboratory, the towers of Noctis.
And a lot of these
your little Yithian friend who hangs out with you.
A lot of these have some really cool, like the Great Library, notably, I remember, has a really good flavor where the fact that it can never actually, like, run out of clues, it refreshes at the end of turn, so, like, the library is literally limitless knowledge, right?
One thing I noticed that this one is a fairly consistent win for us is when they have, like, flavor text, like, you go to the orrery to figure out what year it is because you look at the stars. Go to the deconstruction room, you have to attempt to retrieve a valuable organ from one of the alien cadavers. That's a bit, and you remember that you dissected an organ. That's a big hit for us in general.
Yeah, if the locations feel like the locations, the theme definitely shines through.
My favorite part is where the Yithian guard is like, no, stop doing that, you'll hurt yourself. And you're like, yeah, I'll stab you in the throat.
Yeah, and you like punch him and he dies.
Yeah, and he dies.
Good for
I like that bit.
Yeah. So, yeah, theme-wise, to me, this one also really hits. The only thing that I feel like they don't really... Because I want to talk what you guys think, because the whole idea of having 10 cards in hand to me implies knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. But I feel like this is the first time they've ever... I mean, they do it in kind of like higher education, and I feel a little bit of disassociation there, but I think not enough for me to actually complain about it. I just feel like at times...
a little, like... It's a theme that makes sense to me, having played Magic, where that's a very common theme as well. And, like, I'll be honest, it's probably where they got it from.
Yeah.
But
like, it feels like one of those things that they only
taking
use...
this game on its own is a little bit weird.
Yeah, and, like, I'm not upset about it. It's just always is a bit weird, but it's a mechanic that they haven't done yet, so it makes sense that it's in this one.
Yeah, and they have to do it first time.
Yeah. But I think this one's a win.
Yeah. I really enjoyed bumming around the city, and then, like... They eventually figure out, like, hey, there's some Yithians running around who aren't actually Yithians.
Yeah, and, like...
they're not supposed to be
And then there's
around.
the Yithians that are hanging out in the labs that don't get pissed until you start doing things that they're like, wait, so, like, that's also a very big flavor hit.
In the dissection area, and they're like, oh, hey, but you're like, hey, and then you, like, jam your arm into one of them, and they're like, don't do that.
Yeah. Like these guys, where they don't get pissed until you've activated the device or dissected an organ, right? Because they're the scientists. They'll know. Right.
Yeah, don't screw with our stuff, but otherwise you can do whatever.
So, you guys are saying 4.5?
4.5.
What do you think,
Yeah,
Brian?
I'd give this a 4.5.
All right. I was more of a 4.25, but I'm happy with the 4.5. I think this one's very good.
Well, we can't, given that we can't do fractions like that.
Yeah. I mean, I could. I only have my 0.5.
Is it really worth it?
No. I'm okay with rounding up to a 4.5. Do we think this one's fun? I think this one has a few addendums on it. It really depends on your build.
Yeah.
It can be very frustrating or very fun.
I've enjoyed it every time, even the bit where they were like, take all the cards that you spent experience on and take them out of your deck.
That was your fault.
Flavorfully, it does
It was my own fault.
right? Like
They took them all away from you.
yeah, because they're like, this is the.
This is really cool.
Yeah. I like that your allies have Yithians. I don't get. Is there a reason that we can explain why you can't play weapons at first? Is it because you're still
because they
just
took them
blending
all
in?
away.
Yeah, they
from
took
you.
them all. They took
Yeah,
all your
you
items,
don't have
and
any.
they want you to
Right.
like.
And then when you
They want you to like describe them to them so they can make replicas or whatever garbage and like tell you what.
oh yeah, so
tell them what
you
they're
literally
for.
find your items. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
that makes sense. So
They do.
I mean, I had like no items the
Yeah,
last
that
time.
wasn't
So
an issue
I
for
I
you.
feel like this is a baseball bat.
So for hitting people.
so it can really slow it down, and then also the fact that like the scenario is balanced around having 2s for all your stats, but like it can be really hard if you don't have cards that commit 2 tests,
Yeah.
right?
Well, you can commit everything to a test.
Most times. I mean, that's something,
that's something
that
I've
I really
learned.
like is especially for people who aren't used to it, it really pushes that concept on you that these cards, you know, your baseball bat isn't just for hitting things with. You can, it's worth a fist too sometimes.
I like this one a lot. I've had fun both times through. My decks were kind of built for it both times, so that I think helped me. I'd probably give this one a 3.5 to a 4, I think, for fun.
I was going to say I'd give it a solid 4. There were moments where I was like, playing a deck that didn't have like a ton of skills in it, but like...
But I think it's very fair, right? Like, even committing for 1 is now committing for 2,
Yeah.
right? And like I said, the tests are balanced for it.
It's also just, it's a really neat, it's a really nice, like it has very clear objectives for you, and you can go around and do them. It's not going to like pull a fast one on you.
And it feels
like,
very fair.
yeah, and it's just a nice change from everything. You're from screwing around the jungle for the 4th time in a row, and then you're like, oh, I get to be Buckman for a bit.
And it's one of those things that, like, playing through this one, there's memories that we make. And, like, as we're playing this Circle Undone, I already have memories about the stupid rat one. Like, even though it's not the most exciting one, there's memories now that this rat always shows up, right?
That one's going to score high on the theme.
And, like, yeah, definitely. But this one doesn't... Like, this was the first one where they're starting having moments that we can, like, remember and, like, enjoy. So I think, yeah, a 4 for this is really good, I think, for fun. Difficulty.
I think this one...
I think, like, a 3, 3.5.
I was going to say 3.5.
Yeah, I think it's, like, not...
It's not undoable. It depends a little, or not impossible. It depends a bit on your build, and then like.
And then there's also
But like the ending thing can be hard.
yeah, like to get enough, but you also don't need enough. It's very hard to actually stay stuck as a Yithian. The odds are really low,
You have to mess up pretty bad.
but it's scary. Like
It
you
is.
want to make sure you don't stay a Yithian.
It's like that one location, one of the lore ones, where like make 3 tests, and if you fail them all, you're killed, and you're like, I'm probably not gonna fail the test, but I don't want to.
The last one I'm testing foot 1, but like, what if I get there and fail?
Yeah.
Like,
What if everything goes wrong?
yeah, and like even as I was Silas, I like being a Yithian would probably have been fantastic for the rest of the campaign for me.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to because the flavor of it is so successful that you don't want to stay a Yithian.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is a very well designed one.
What do you think, Brentford?
I'd give this one a 5. Like, literally impossible.
Because it's died each time.
I have never figured out how you're supposed to survive this. Yeah.
I think a 3.75 is fair.
For instance, he's like, what do you mean I have to have cards in hand? I like to play them.
Overall, what do we think?
I just want 4.
Yeah, I think 4. Yeah.
This one's very good.
That's exactly average.
This is like the first one that, like, in this campaign that I'm, like, excited about when
Yeah.
we're about to play. But Travis is right, like, it doesn't, like, the theme isn't too exciting when you explain it to some random person. They're going to be like, what's a Yithian, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to, like, you're going into an insane asylum to break someone out. They'll be like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
But,
This
like,
one, you gotta know a little bit about
the lore. And,
the lore to like be excited about. You're like, yeah, I like to go explore, the save archives or whatever.
but it's a win. This is the first one that we're, like, happy about. And the next 2 are also really good, even though we have some bad memories of the last one. I think that's going to not show in our review as much.
Have we given a 5 on difficulty for a scenario yet?
No, but we're going to today.
Yep.
Just so everybody knows, it's good today. Bye, YouTube.